Yo, what up? This is Noah. We're going to do a little bit of an extra intro to this video. First, we want to talk about talk about the audio quality on this one. It seems that every episode we encounter more issues with recording quality. So on this episode, there are a few things that we are definitely aware of. In the middle of the episode, there's a little bit of buzzing that started, so there's going to be a few minutes where there's background buzzing, which is really annoying. At the start and in some other sections, there's lots of breathing into the mic, which we thought we were going to fix by spacing out farther from the mic, but we did not this episode. And there are a myriad of other tiny little things that probably me going back and editing this noticed, but you, the listener, might not notice, but just want to say we're aware of them. And the reason we're still putting out episodes that have all these audio issues is because we record all this content and we think that's good stuff that we want to put out, but then we have all those sound issues, and we're like, well, either we put out the content with some issues with it, or we don't put out any at all. And we figure putting out something is better than nothing. And I figure most of this content's still going to be enjoyable, even if there's going to be bits and pieces of it that aren't the most smooth on the ear. So this is just an apology for that and letting you know that we understand that's going on. Also, probably a bigger reason for this intro. On this episode, we talk about some pretty heavy stuff. Most of this, I'd say, isn't even as comical as it has been. We start talking about, racism, essentially. I mean, you guys all know what's been going on, and we had a big old discussion on it. We edited out a lot of what was said, but we kept in all the important bits, all the stuff that we wanted to say and wanted to talk about on this. And it's not like we're trying to stand on some kind of platform and be like, hey guys, look at our views. It's us discussing what we think, and me and Geordie just having a straight up conversation about it, which there aren't enough of those these days. There aren't enough conversations and trying to figure out where we stand on issues personally, and also in trying to understand these very complex issues ourselves. There's a lot of finger pointing, and there's a lot of siding with someone because you feel like you have to. So we have a discussion today, and none of what we said is controversial, I don't believe. If it's controversial, then but I don't think there's really anything we have to worry about today, but just a forewarning that, yeah, there's some more serious topics today. It's probably all more lighthearted than I'm making it sound anyways, but just thought I would put this disclaimer here. Also, disclaimer the fact that me and Geordie are two white kids from a small town in the middle of Michigan. So yeah, we don't have a big understanding on that, grasp on all these ideas of racism, because we've never experienced it. We've never experienced any of that. And we understand that. So yeah, we talk about it. We thought it was some good stuff, and we're including it in this episode. Hope you enjoy, even with some of the audio issues. Next episode, we're going to be working on it again to make sure none of that happens. We got to get less fidgety. Our fidgeting causes a lot of those. But yeah, so this intro ended up being way too fucking long. Yeah. Here's the episode.
It's just me and Noah today.
Today, Noah is interviewing Noah and Geordie is interviewing Geordie and Noah.
Is this a self-reflecting
This is
episode?
a self-reflecting episode.
I think this is a self-reflecting episode. Welcome to the Brothers Oxby.
Whoop-de-doo.
Woo! Okay. Well, we've had, I think, 4 podcasts so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've
I'm done counting on my fingers.
Yes.
We did.
I think we've learned a lot in 4 episodes.
Yeah, but we haven't
8
changed
hours
because the audio quality seemed to only go down. But this one should be sounding good.
This one should be good
because we got the audio volume up finally, because we actually took time to look at the board.
Yeah, we didn't do Lance's episode justice because we moved around a lot that day, and it was just...
That was a chaotic day.
That was a very chaotic day. So
yeah, have fun listening to our breathing a lot.
Yeah.
In that episode, you'll forever be tortured with it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back and laugh instead of feeling guilty about it, because that makes me feel better inside. That I don't have to deal with that pain of a bad product.
That's fair.
So,
But yeah, we've definitely learned a lot. We've added more, I think.
What have we added?
We've added the music.
Yes, we got music.
Yes, we've added music, and
we kind of talk about an outro sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we're working on the outro still. But I think it's getting good. It's getting better.
It is.
It's getting better every episode.
So now we're doing a restart.
We're kind of doing
episode 5.
Just a me and Noah episode,
so that we don't feel awkward when nothing's being said, because we feel like we need to push our guests to talk more.
To talk more, which is probably inappropriate on some level.
Pushing them to talk more?
Yeah.
Why?
Unless we're not physically pushing them.
Well, no.
We could physically push them. Do you think
they'd figuratively pushing them?
Oh, okay.
We could physically
push them. Do you think they'd talk more?
Yeah. When your sister comes on, can I push your sister?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's not an okay thing.
She's going to have to sign a consent waiver, yes. I think.
We're going to have to start making consent waivers.
Yeah.
If you want to come be pushed, come on the Brothers Oxby podcast. Sign on up.
That's right. Yeah, and then if you want, you can send that to our Instagram page, the Brothers Oxby on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you message on Instagram?
Yeah, you can DM. Okay. Yeah, just DM us.
DM us whatever BS is.
Dude, DM us topics. DM us suggestions.
And if we don't like it, we'll just ignore you. And it's
fine.
Exactly.
We'll just pretend you never existed.
Yeah.
But you can still listen to us, and then maybe we'll actually take your idea into consideration. Yeah.
I mean, we might.
We'll probably take credit for it.
An obligatory. We will take credit for it.
But you'll get the satisfaction of knowing that you probably influenced that change. So
we're gonna have to come up with a policy for this. Maybe we could have like listener questions, and then we can actually credit them. Or we could just steal all of them.
We could just steal all of them. Maybe we could shout them out on the Instagram. We
can shout them out. Yeah.
All right, we'll shout you out on the Instagram if we think your idea is noteworthy.
And if we're actually going to use it, because if we don't use it, it's not noteworthy.
Yeah, exactly.
If you send us something that we don't like, maybe we'll send you an obligatory message back that's like, thanks, and that's it. Just with a period.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. All lowercase, 1 period.
With a capital in the middle.
Yeah. Thanks.
Exactly.
Yeah. There we go.
Glad we're all on the same page now.
Glad we're caught up to speed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Instagram is _brothers_Oxby.
All lowercase.
Join.
Check us out.
We're desperate.
Yeah.
We want to make money.
Yeah. We love seeing you guys. We haven't grown quite a bit actually.
Yeah, since 0 to 20 in the past month.
I know. Well, I mean on the Instagram page, but we've gotten a lot more listeners.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're at, we can check the listeners right now.
I think we've come. I was not expecting as many people.
We are very glad you guys are enjoying it, and the first part of this episode, I guess, is just dedicating and talking to you to make you feel included, because apparently communities like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
feel like you're special already, damn it.
I want to personally shout out Lindsay. She knows who she is. She's been following us. She goes to college with me. She knows who she is. Lindsay, I've been meaning to contact you about your listening, because I love it. I love that you're listening. I wanted to hear from you, but here you go. This is a formal invitation for you to talk to me. Formally informal.
Now everybody's gonna be like, "Who's Lindsay?" And they're tracking her down.
They'll never know.
No. So we need our stats on Spotify. We have 140 streams. I don't know what qualifies as a stream, like how long you have to listen to it, but there are 190 starts. So that means 190 people pressed the play button, but probably got bored and didn't listen to the rest of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Or got busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have 42 listeners. Listeners are like the people who click the follow button, right?
Wow. Yeah, I think so.
So why aren't the other 20 of you not on our Instagram? We post extra content there. We post funny photos sometimes.
Yeah. We'll probably do something today.
Yeah. We give you updates on when the new episodes are coming out.
Yeah. Come on. Maybe eventually, if Noah and I ever actually get popular, we'll have merch.
Yeah, merch.
Merch.
That would be good. We could start quoting episodes.
Yeah.
My mom suggested that.
Merch.
We can get greedy right now.
We could get greedy right now? Well, how are we going to make merch, though? I don't know how to make merch.
You just go to, like, some online store.
Yeah, but doesn't that cost money?
Well, yeah, but we'll make it back when we sell the shirts.
If we sell the shirts.
If we sell the shirts. We could get 5 shirts sold for sure. I know we could sell 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We could sell it, yeah.
All right. But basically, we're going to bully you, our audience, into, 1, following our Instagram page, because I see that 20 of you on Spotify don't do that, and 2, buying our merch when we sell it, because... You love us. You want to support us. Yeah, obviously.
We love that you want to support us. It really makes us feel special and a special place.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
In my special place.
We might wait. Hit us up if you want merch or not. We'll see if there's actually demand for it.
Maybe we could put a poll out on our Instagram page, which you'd have to go to if you want to input on the merch.
If you want input on merch, and we'll have a few designs and like, hey, this is probably what it'd look like.
Yeah.
And then if you want to buy any.
Ooh, we need to talk to Emma Hale.
We do, because I don't know where our logo is going.
Yeah.
Because I want to put that logo up.
That's right. So this is also kind of calling out Emma Hale. Hey, where's our logo?
Yeah. Yo, if you guys want to draw fan art of me and Geordie, send it to the brothers.
Do it.
And we'll post it.
Do it.
We'll post it on our Instagram.
I would love that.
Geordie X Noah.
I would love everything about that.
Go as extreme as you want, because it'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Even if they're stick figures, that'd be so funny.
That would be so funny.
We're acting like we actually have people that listen to us.
I know.
Funny. Just cut most of what we just said.
If we act like we have people that listen to us, then we will have people that listen to us.
That's what people say. We got to act like we're successful to be successful.
That's right. Jim Carrey did that.
Did he?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. It was something I read on the internet, so probably not true, but I don't know.
Well, it might be true.
Maybe. I don't know. Apparently he went to like the rich area, like parks or whatever, and he was like, I'm rich.
Yeah.
And he'd just be like, I'm rich. And then people would be like, no, you're not. And he's like, shut up, I'm rich. And then he wasn't. Until he finally got like a movie deal as an actor. He was like, I'm a good actor. I'm successful. And he'd do that like on sets and stuff too. And like,
what did going to the parks and acting rich do for him?
I don't know, made him feel better about himself.
Oh, so it didn't really actually help him at all.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but it put him in the mindset that he was already rich, so he just acted like he was rich so that way.
Oh, so he acted like he was important?
Yeah, acted like he was a good actor and all that stuff. Yeah. So
I guess if you gotta lie to yourself to get to the future truth.
I mean, yeah.
Then you do you.
Exactly.
Just don't hurt anybody
lying
in
is
the
most powerful thing you can do.
To what?
Never anything. Never stop lying.
Me and Geordie have different views on this. I do not condone lying, unless.
Do you lie to your dentist?
About what?
How often do you floss? Do you lie to your dentist about how often you floss? Have you ever lied to your dentist?
I think I just straight up tell him no.
Okay, good.
But
if you're sneaking out, don't lie. Tell the truth. They'll let you go.
Make sure that there's never a position where they can ask you whether you actually snuck out, and then.
Yeah, if you're going to sneak out, first of all, you got to have a plan. You can't just crawl out the window. That's stupid. You got to pick the window of time. You got to track your parents' nightly habits. So that way you know when they're going to bed and when they check on you. Okay, you got to plan out where your bedroom is, where the possible exits are, where the re-entry locations are, okay? Do you have dogs? Do you have cats? Do you have annoying siblings that'll rat on you? Okay.
What time are every single one of those things awake or asleep?
Yes, and you have to estimate, okay, when will they be asleep? When do they go to the bathroom? Okay. There's a lot of planning that goes into sneaking out. It's better to...
Great advice here on the podcast.
Yeah. We don't have young listeners.
All 14-year-olds listening to this, if you want to know how to sneak out of your house because your parents don't want you to A, get pregnant, B, get drunk, C, die.
Or D, all around have a good time.
Yeah. This part of the podcast is for you.
Yikes.
Damn partier ruining our society. As if that hasn't been the thing, going on forever and all the time.
I know, yeah. Just like homosexuality.
Yeah.
It's fine. Dude, the Romans used to get it in the ass all the time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Didn't the Spartans, people would think of them from the movie 300, but those type of Spartans, not actually that crazy, but realistic version of them.
Realistic, yeah.
Didn't they all they just dig each other down in the camps?
Yeah.
That was part of their gain brotherhood.
Yeah.
And it'd like just be an orgy, like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
In their like barracks.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure.
That's how they grew bonds.
I'm pretty sure that militaries today would be the same way if underwear weren't a thing.
What?
Well, listen, judging by Connor's episode, how they wrestle all the time,
yeah,
they must have pent up sexual energy.
Yeah, if they just weren't wearing anything, that probably
they're just naked, just like, oh, step bro.
Yeah. Oh, army bro.
Oh, army bro. Army bro, help me, I'm stuck.
Where are you stuck? Stuck in my other army, bro.
I'm stuck in the birthing, bro. Help me.
Check out episode 3 for some great military stories with Connor that did not involve homosexuality. It did involve lots of bros being dudes.
Yeah, I hope they never run a train on Connor. That'd be really sad.
Run a train? Oh, no. I understand. It took me a second.
Yes, that is okay.
We'll make sure he never got a train ran in him.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe we should have... Because sometimes it just kind of goes from one conversation in our episodes, and then it just cuts, and then it goes into immediately another conversation, and there's not much you can do about it. What if we had like a little just bass thing that was like... and then it went into the next conversation if there's a separation. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Because there was one, I was listening to a philosophy podcast, and they had these music intros in between sections, which obviously that was different because it's just one guy talking and like teaching you. But I always liked the music transitions. Then he took them out after the 4th episode, and I was like,
idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how we'll have to do something and then see how it sounds.
Yeah. All right.
Hit us up. We'll put a poll on Instagram to see if you guys want it.
Yeah.
Can we do polls on Instagram?
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna do polls out the a-hole this week.
I'm gonna love it. We're gonna love it. You're all gonna love it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
All right, because we could easily record a little like yeah.
Yeah. Boom, and then reality would be like boom, 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 boom.
We'll put a 3-minute song in between each transition.
I tried to write a song about hide and seek.
Hide and seek.
The other night at like 3 a.m.
Were you playing hide and seek at 3 a.m.?
No, I was just like, so I was listening to Pavement, like Range Life by Pavement, and I was like, man, I really want to write a song. So I was like, okay, what am I going to write a song about? I just need to like force myself to write a song about something. And I don't know why, but I picked hide and seek. Mm-hmm. And it's not very long. And here it is. Voices all around. They all shout and hear no sounds. Hide and seek for me. If I'm right, I'll grow old here. In my hole in the ground. 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 In my hole in the ground.
Geordie, that's going to be one of our songs. I love it.
Thank you. Thank
awesome.
You so much.
In my hole in the ground.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. In my hole in the ground.
In my
hole in the ground. In my hole in the ground. In my hole.
My hole. I'll just have the backing, my hole.
In my hole.
My hole.
What did you do this week? I know you went camping. So how was that? How was that?
Went camping with some other men. They were all boys. Wait, no, that sounds
some
bad.
Roman vibes.
They were all Roman vibes. We were in the barracks together, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But no, me and some friends went camping, and Kai bought a Baby Yoda like doll.
Yeah,
and, dude, it's awesome because it's like basically life size. Baby Yoda's tiny. It's the perfect Baby Yoda doll. It's so adorable. So we decided to take that everywhere with us to try and pick up babes. So that
did it work?
That did not work. We took him to the beach and I carried him on the beach, but no babes. We're like, oh my god, you got a kid? That's so hot. I just want more responsibility. And but so nobody was like that, and nobody's like, oh my god, Baby Yoda. So
nobody said that either.
No, but when we were leaving, I like stuck just him out the window, but not me. So then I'd like turn him to look at people like as we were driving by them, and so I got some people to laugh and point at that. So
that's funny.
But they were guys, so no pics were chicked up.
Damn, no pics. No pics were chicked up this day.
Were chicked up. Yes,
that's sad.
Other events with Baby Yoda. So Colton, a previous guest on our podcast, made a noose, and so we're waving this noose around because I love nooses, and I think they're so cool. And don't worry, I'm not suicidal as much as I bring it up. But and then I came back from like we had like a poop hole to poop in. Dude, it was a rough 4 days without a toilet. But besides that, because you don't want to hear the details of that.
No.
I came back and I looked up in the tree and Baby Yoda was strung up from the tree with the noose. And at first I was like, that's terrible. Baby Yoda's so innocent. But then 2 seconds later, I'm like, God damn, that's fucking hilarious. So he stood there like hanging for the next day and a half.
Oh, poor Baby Yoda.
So that Baby Yoda doll went through a lot this weekend.
He's okay.
He's okay. He's alive.
Obviously.
He hung there a day and a half, but he's alive.
Yeah. Mandalorian season 2 is coming out, but I didn't even watch the first one, so I mean.
Okay, the first 3 episodes of the first Mandalorian season. Oh my God, top tier Star Wars. I'm not even kidding you. Like I have high standards, and the first 3 episodes are so good, so good. Then episode 4, it is kind of boring and all right. It doesn't help that they introduce a character that is very boring and bland, and she wants to bring up that she's a tough rebel shock trooper all the time, and there's no need to prove how tough she is.
That's annoying. Okay.
And then episode 5 was purposeless and boring, and also destroyed sand people, like the Tusken Raiders, because it basically told us that Tusken Raiders are just misunderstood people and not actually ravenous beasts as they were before. So I'm just gonna ignore that episode and say it's not canon.
Yeah, that does not sound canon.
Because they popped up and then Mandalorian like pulled a gun on them, but then the dude of the Mandalorian is like, no, you just gotta like talk to them and trade with them, and then he starts speaking in Tusken Raiders.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Have you seen Star Wars Episode 4?
Have you seen Star Wars
They just
Episode
knocked
4?
the shit out of Luke.
Yeah. What's cool about Tusken Raiders is they're literally like beast people.
Yeah.
Like they act like
they're
animals.
monsters.
Yeah. And there was, I guess, in some of the
they shot at Annie in the episode 1 too.
Yeah, in some of the Legends comics from Dark Horse, there was a Jedi who actually like became a Tusken Raider, like, and he like worked with the Tusken Raiders and kind of explored their tribes more and stuff. But so I guess there's some precedent for that, but it didn't feel purposeful in the episode to do that either. Like they popped up. And then they traded with them and said, hey, we can talk to them. They're friendly. And then they went away. They just, that was it. They were in the episode for 10 seconds. So it was solely for a thing that they could say, hey, look, these people aren't bad. You need to be nice to everyone. And then left away. It was more of
He's
like
a Mandalorian.
Yeah, I know.
Mandalorians are ruthless.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
So, and then, so that part of the episode was totally worthless. It didn't even play. Because if they had, like, developed the Tusken Raiders as people, maybe that'd be interesting. But no, they're just used as a throwaway message and destroyed kind of part of what the character is. And that's being very
that's just like
tribes people.
That sounds just like Disney trying to be like, have a meaningful message in the episode, and it just ruined everything. Typical Star Wars. Anyway.
They've removed Kathleen Kennedy.
Good.
She's the one who's, like, been in charge for Star Wars since all this BS Star Wars has started.
Good.
And she's the one who's been putting all the kind of quote unquote like woke culture into this, like all those messages. She's being removed as head, and now it's gonna be Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Okay.
And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni both did the Mandalorian. And now they're gonna have like Jon Favreau is gonna have full creative control of the whole Star Wars everything. Like, like MCU style Star Wars everything.
Okay.
So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
There's gonna be less of that BS.
What else do we have to talk about? Talked about babes.
Babes.
Yeah.
There's a lack of babes.
There's a lack of babes. Not for me.
Not for you. For me. Because you have babe.
Babe.
I have no babe.
That's sad.
Babe lacking.
Okay, so you know how I burnt my hand?
Yes.
Right? So I burnt my hand, and that was more for the listeners than for you. And I was...
Thanks for clarifying.
I was slightly intoxicated at the time.
Slightly.
So right after I burnt my hand, I went on Facebook on my phone, and I was just looking around. And then Isabel's cousin posted a profile picture of herself, and I commented on it. I burnt my hand.
Okay.
All I said was, I burnt my hand.
That's so funny.
And then the next day, Isabel's mom told her that she was mad at me and Isabel's like, why? And she said, Geordie said that he burnt his hand, like her picture was so hot that he burnt his hand when he liked it. When she did not know that I had, in fact, actually burned my hand.
What? How do you interpret it that way?
She interpreted it that way.
I've never. Is that a normal expression? Like, do you?
No.
No,
it's not. I literally wrote, I burnt my hand.
I burnt my hand.
I burnt my hand.
Wow.
Like, not like, wow, you're so hot, I burnt my hand. Yeah, no. I literally burnt my hand. My fire table is actually hot. Yeah. And it actually burnt me.
That's so funny.
So, I thought that was
That's ridiculous.
That was kind of like a stretch.
Yeah,
to me
that was a big stretch.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. He said that.
But then you told her and she's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Isabel knew that I burnt my hand like right away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then.
Because you're like, oh my God, I burnt my hand.
I was like, oh, well, I burnt my hand.
Yeah. Save me.
Save me.
Come save me. I need a kiss on the boo-boo.
No, it's definitely not kissable.
No?
No.
It looks kissable.
I keep putting...
It's small enough for the lips to encompass. I'm not going to... That's
yeah. Oh, it's not kissable then. Fucker. I keep putting peroxide on it because I thought it was like cleaning it. Yeah. But it turns out that putting peroxide on it slows the healing process.
Wow.
So...
Genius move by Geordie.
Yes. Yes. So, I'm definitely going to have a scar here. I can post a picture of my burnt hand on the Instagram.
Yes, we'll post a picture of it. You'll hear it here first, folks. Ladies, Geordie has a sexy scar on his hand now.
That's right, on my right hand.
It might be too hot to touch. You might burn yourself.
It low-key looks like a cigarette burn. Like someone just like put a cigarette into my hand.
That's literally cigarette burn.
It definitely isn't though. I definitely like burnt my hand on the other side of a fire table.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm a badass. I smoke cigarettes and put them on the back of my hand.
Yeah, so the Minneapolis police force.
Yeah, we're really jumping into it right now.
We're going in hard. So strap yourselves the fuck in. The city council, I believe. Yes. I'm gonna have to look up an article to double check this, but they voted unanimously.
Yeah.
To disband the police force of Minneapolis and replace it with a quote unquote community-led protection system.
Neighborhood watch.
Yeah, it sounds like an Uber neighborhood watch.
Interesting.
They have absolutely no details on what this community-led security force type thing is going to be, like how they're going to keep the neighborhood safe.
Yeah.
And when asked what it's going to be, they answered, the community has the answers. Starting July something, they're going to start taking in suggestions from everyone in Minneapolis of what this community-led... I don't know what the exact words was, but the community-led protection thing is going to be like... But, I mean, basically they're like recreating public safety from the ground up. And I want to involve the community in it more. And they're completely taking out the police force.
Okay. Which is...
insane.
But, I mean... Is it, though?
I mean, you think the police... How long have the police been around? Like, I guess United... like
for a long time, but I mean, like...
Minneapolis police force or whatever.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, they're doing it because, like, the police force are inherently corrupt.
Are they inherently corrupt?
I mean...
Because people say
they are.
To
a person of color.
And people say they are.
We're both white.
Yeah.
So... People are not going to say that.
But are they inherently corrupt against people of color?
I mean, well, yeah.
I think it depends on where you are and depends on what country.
Well, yeah, but in that in itself is corrupted by the government because in like the 1950s, like right after World War II, they started redlining districts to make sure that African American communities stayed in poorer parts of cities. And then if they wanted to leave, they like increased the difficulty of barriers to exit for African American families.
Yeah.
So systematically, the African American systemically,
yes. Yeah, because I read an article that said systematically, and I was like, we're not talking about systematic execution of
no
systemically.
Yeah. It's just been like racist, like policies have been institutionalized since like.
But it's not those policies. Those policies aren't
a long time
anymore.
They kind of are though.
Are they?
Yeah, because like they're just there now. They've just been there for so long. It's just like
so. There's still barriers
for especially in like poverty-stricken areas.
So let me look this up. How would I look this up?
I have a video of it.
You have a video of it?
I have a video. From the Foundation of Economic Education.
Okay. So obviously, like, yeah, black people have been screwed over a lot, and a lot of the history of them being discriminated against has led to very disproportionate economic results for them as a race compared to people of other races. But I feel like people hop on the train where they're like, well, it's systemic, and systemic racism of the past has caused a lot of what's going on now.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's as much systemic racism now as there has been.
Well,
I don't know if it's as big of an issue as people say it is, but
well,
I haven't researched it, so I don't know.
Okay. And like even today, if an African like white people, so I went through Ada. I went through the hills of like Forest Hills.
Yeah.
Rich fucking people.
Yeah.
They are scared of a black family moving in because their property value will decrease.
Because of that?
Because
How? Like,
because the more unfit people you have move into an area, the lower, so green, blue, yellow, red. So like the more of those kinds of people you have, the property value decreases.
That's still a thing?
That's
the
still
property
a thing.
value
that
still
happens.
goes down.
That's 100% a thing. Yeah.
Okay. So
unfit people. So if I worked
so black people are still considered unfit people.
Yeah.
And will decrease value.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It is, and that's why like it just said like it makes it like harder for them to refinance their homes and stuff because they're literally blocked by these companies like this corporation.
So companies
is backed by the government.
What? So companies that are selling houses or
like
even
the people that divide up the land.
Okay.
And like that.
Yeah.
So
they'll literally the people who divide up the land. So what is that like?
Like HOLC.
Okay, and they'll literally, if there's like black people in the area, it will immediately lower value.
It'll lower.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty like terrible.
Well, I mean, that's systemic racism.
Yeah, that happened since 1938.
Yeah, and it's still going on like today.
Yeah,
redlining still happens.
It's gone back decades.
Yeah,
institutionalized by Franklin Roosevelt, who many Democrats, left-leaning people view as like a savior of America.
Yeah,
it's like has made it progressively harder for African American communities to progress in society.
Mm-hmm. But it's not like, well, who decided to? Who is the one in those policies making the decisions on which parts of the city were bad and good?
True.
And the thing is the parts with the black people in it might very well have been the worst parts of the city. Because, I mean, they weren't, they were still screwed already. They weren't it wasn't like they had the best opportunities to get rich anyways. I mean.
Right. Well, I mean, you could think about, like, the Great Migration from, like, black communities in the South to the Midwest during the automotive boom.
Yeah.
And then Detroit, obviously, is crumbling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you could take a look at that, and that's around the same time as these principles have been, like, implemented.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, there's, like, a strong correlation that, like, potentially that those redlining districts could have led to the decline of, their homes.
Mm-hmm. And it probably did.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is maybe when the districts were drawn out and the red districts were made, maybe it wasn't necessarily racist that those are. I'm sure there's probably some racism in there because back in the 1930s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
But it might not have all been racist. It may have been based on the fact that these are the bad areas, and then the stigma of black people being.
Yeah, but what makes it a bad area?
See, I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know what areas they were redlining. I don't know if they were actually that bad of areas or if they just redlined them because there's black people there.
According to that video, assuming that it's quoting the HOLC, it based its zoning off of businessmen, upper class, lower white class, and then Negroes.
Oh, so they actually did just base it off who was there. Oh, okay. All right.
So, and then, they make less money. So then the property taxes aren't going as well to schools.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there's
then they're not getting as good of an education, and then and so it's even harder for them to get out of those areas to get to better schools because those property values are increasing.
Yeah. So they got screwed over even harder because of that act, and then that act right now is the main reason for a lot of what's happening right now today.
Yeah.
Besides racism itself, but but socioeconomically, and that video was NPR, by the way, so it was a reliable video. But
NPR Foundation.
We're assuming it was reliable.
Foundation of Economic Education sponsored this video. NPR. I'm assuming it's reliable.
There is reason to believe it is reliable.
Yes.
There, we'll leave it there.
Yes.
And some people say, like, they'll pull out that statistic. I don't know what the statistic is, but it's like black people only make up this small percentage of the population. Right. They commit, 50% of the crimes or whatever. And it's like, well, that may be a true statistic, but that's probably because most of the black people are living in very poor rural or urban areas, and because they're screwed by things like this. Exactly, and I'm sure if say black people were in charge and white people had screwed like that, I'm sure they would have very high crime rates also.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a response to their socioeconomic position. So
it's definitely responding to the environment that you've been put into.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have any control over it.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate.
So that statistic may be true, but it's not because they're black.
And it's not because black people are inherently bad.
No, it's because of what happened to those people. They're people in a bad situation that are screwed over by other human beings, and now they're not having a fun time.
No.
Yeah.
Not having a fun
That's the thing, is we're all human.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
We screwed over some other people, and now those people aren't having a fun time.
No.
And that's how it is.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
And we got to work together to change that. Yeah. Because nobody wants to get screwed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so many people, so much money, and so much power that I don't have much hope of changing much. But we'll see what happens. I'm very interested in where all this stuff is going.
Yeah. There have been bills proposed to end qualified immunity for police and judges and stuff.
So what's a qualified immunity? Is that where if you're meet these requirements as a police officer, you don't have to face charges?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they've applied those, and then you just see the Speaker of the House protesting in the hallway of the Capitol building.
Oh.
But not actually helping to pass these new bills.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she is an old white lady.
Hey, we're not being racist. Let's not bring race into this.
I'm just saying there might be a small correlation. But yeah.
Yeah. And who knows? I don't know. There's so much bullshit that goes on in politics. Who knows whether she's racist or whether she's got other people to please, or who knows who's doing what or who thinks what. I don't know what's going on.
I just feel so separated from the government, even though we're supposed to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's totally just a circus. It's just this one spot in the corner of the nation.
Because all the politicians are all fighting themselves to try and get what they want.
They forget about us.
We just have to deal with it. Yeah. And part of what they want is to get in power, and that's where we come in, and that's why they do some good things or appear like they do good things or talk like the good things, so they gotta rally us into a big old war band and go, eviscerate the opposite party. See, the thing is you can't say I like black people or I don't like black people, because that's racist. I like people that are good to me. Boom, there it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not like I can say I'm not racist. I like black people, or I have black friends. No, I have friends. Yeah, and some of them are black, and some of them are white.
Yeah.
But the important thing is that they're human beings and they're my friend.
I always hate seeing going to a public place, a city or something, because I always I see people no matter the color of their skin, and I'm nervous around these people because I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And anything. And then if I'm nervous around someone of color, I'm am I racist because I'm nervous around them, or because I just don't know them and I don't know?
Well, it's because one, you don't know them, and two, they're even less familiar to you because of the different skin color.
Yeah.
And this, we're two guys from a small town in the middle of Michigan, 100% white. Yeah. There is one half black kid and one adopted black kid when we were in high school. Yeah. That was it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting going to college for me because then like 50% of the school is like black.
And then like just the cultures even are just so much different. And it's like there's like I feel like there's not enough learning, more like there's too much shaming going on.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's trying to grow. People are just trying to call out people for being racist.
Just because like I grew up in we grew up in like a small Midwestern town.
Yeah.
So like obviously we're not going to, but we go to college and then there are people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So then there's more shaming because we didn't have it. You're like
what? You have some semi-conservative views?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you in college?
I know.
No, what I'm doing is trying to act away so that I don't get absolutely lampooned and eviscerated. I'm not even like, I never scared of ever offending other people of color. I'm just scared of people who are going to tell me that I'm offending other people of color.
Yeah.
Because around people of color, I guess around people of other colors than white, there you go. We're a color too.
No.
People who are not Caucasian, people who are different than me. There we go. Different color than me.
There you go.
Even if I'm around them, I have no fear that I'm gonna offend them or anything because I've got no issue with them, with any of them. I mean, like if I have an issue with you, I'm probably just gonna not talk to you then. But that's probably because it's gonna be the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
So.
But then the defunding of the police in Minneapolis.
Yeah, Minneapolis. So I was reading some more articles, and the sheriffs of the surrounding towns and stuff are talking about how like, well, if you guys disband the police, we don't want to come in and help police. We've already been having to do this shit, and we don't want to do it anymore. Like we do, like I quote, "We don't have the appetite to go back in." One of the sheriffs said, maybe that wasn't the exact quote, but appetite was a word that he used.
Okay,
like we don't have the appetite.
I like that. That's fun.
And it's so now they're gonna drag in the police force from all the surrounding areas, like the sheriffs and state police, to have to police while they figure out this community-led protection force or whatever.
Like my sister and I were talking about like private protection companies. Like if those started to come up, and I was like, that sounds scary. Interesting because it could go really well, or horribly, because on the good side, you can make sure that the people have input to make sure that this company is following these rules and protecting the people in an unbiased manner. Yeah. Or these people could do corrupt things and go under the table and start.
Well, yeah, because then the government has some money in their pockets, and then they have power outside. And then if something goes wrong, they just blame it on the company, and it doesn't go back on the government.
I guess if you think about it, we already do pay the police. We pay them with our tax dollars.
Yeah.
And so the only difference would be that we wouldn't have the government being a middleman. Yeah. And like half-ass making them enforce their rules.
Yeah. But also the thing is if we don't, if say there's no more police force, but we fund a private police force that the city just funds, then the police force is gonna ask for a lot more money. They might become that much more costly because then it goes into like it's for profit. So so on one end maybe you get better paid police officers, but
you would protection would potentially the quality of protection would go up as well,
as long as the private police entities have proper screening systems. So
which I feel like especially in the beginning people would really push for that because if like right now if a private protection company came up, people would be pissed if they weren't like screening these people with like psychological tests.
And I think that the government might have to regulate that, which brings the government back in to regulate tests because it's just a private company. And I don't know what the legality of all this is, if a city can hire a legal third-party police force, like if cities have that kind of power.
I think that would require some legislation. Which would have to get passed. But
that'd be weird. Part of me, it just sounds scary, but the other part of me is like, but otherwise it's just the government, and is that really any less scary?
Exactly.
And I don't.
It's like a tech company, but they protect with guns.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like a modern I mean, like mercenaries, but like I mean, you have private war companies that you pay them and they fight for you.
Exactly.
And they have soldiers and stuff, soldiers for hire. Yeah. And it would just be like that, but for policing.
Yeah.
So
then you just gotta make sure that
depending on how the company's made, it could be really scary.
Yeah. And then you also want to try to. It would be difficult to avoid a monopoly in that situation because you would almost want them to be controlled by one company, so that way there aren't company wars. But you also kind of want more companies to be like, our company can protect you much better than this company can for a lower price.
Yeah, that'd be weird. But yeah, you want, because the thing is if this city has a police force and that city has a police force, then the state kind of has a weird connection. So then if there was so the state hired a private police force, then the police force that the state hired would have to be able to communicate with all the police forces the city's hired.
Yeah. So then there would be
that communication might get a lot more complicated since everything isn't
unless the state doesn't even hire a police force, and then it's just cities having police forces. Yeah.
I feel like you might need a state police force still, though. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. It'd be interesting to see what would happen. I don't know. They need a simulation or something like that.
Simulate Earth.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be great.
Put everyone's brains up in there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I don't know, because then you still have to avoid corrupt people.
Yeah, that's a problem. And if you're getting a big business that makes lots of money,
yeah,
I mean, there's the problem right now, right there, because it's going to be for a profit. So I mean, that would be the issue I think with having a private police force, is that it would be profit first, protection of the people second.
But then I think people would get pissed and then they would stop supporting that company.
Yeah, I mean,
I think maybe that's why you would want more than one company, multiple companies, to prevent any one company from getting too much.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you couldn't allow just one company. It would have to be multiple.
Yeah, it would definitely have to be multiple.
And you'd hope that good policing would mean more. Good policing equals more money, but
I mean, and then equal treatment of citizens.
Yeah,
and so then there would be and then there could be a potential decline in the need for prisons. So we could see fewer convicts. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. Our prisons are just really holding cells for criminals. We don't try to tell them that anything they've done is bad.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of programs out there that have been started that are working towards that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help prisoners. But yeah, there's certainly still a lot of work to be done. But reform has started, I think.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, yeah, it's good. It's just a shame that there's just have been so much aggression to from both sides to get to the point where we were oh, reform. What a great idea.
Which sides?
The people against the government, police, yeah.
People against police.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. People against police.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that cops are bad inherently.
No.
Because there are definitely cops that are there to protect and serve. But I definitely think our Michigan police, at least in these past few protests and riots, have definitely shown that they are there to protect and serve. Because there were no injuries in the major Grand Rapids protests.
Yeah.
On the police side or the civilian side, which and the civilians got really aggressive.
Oh, they did.
So I mean, they burnt down 5 police cars.
Yeah. And there was no injuries on the civilians?
No injuries.
Well, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, a lot of businesses got damaged,
which sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
And it's it really blows. I don't know if I agree with them destroying businesses, but
I don't, because those businesses, well, are they destroying small businesses and stuff?
Sometimes.
Something to protest against, but not destroy people's livelihoods over.
Yeah.
I mean, so, if a small business got hit over there, that makes me pissed.
That makes me pissed too, because small businesses are this country.
Yeah. Well, they aren't, but
I mean, they should be. They should be.
That's
country.
what we want them to be, but they're not.
They're not. I know, because
and
when the government bails out airplane companies because they want planes, but then a month later people can go back on the planes, and it would have been fine because rich ass people can buy the planes and start plane businesses because people need places to go. But that's fine.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
I know. There's always going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I just hope for a nuclear bomb because fuck this place.
Oh my God, why?
Because I just need a hard reset.
Dude, it's nice living in Saranac right now because we just get to sit back and watch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, some people have gotten coronavirus around here, but like we haven't gotten it.
We're
chilling.
No protests, no riots.
No riots.
Just a white boy in a white boy world.
Yeah, exactly.
With no fears in the world.
And then we're living in our little bubble of obliviousness.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to deal with losing our police force. We just get to watch what happens there because I'm very interested to see what this community idea thing is. Right now, it seems very airheaded and they have no idea what they're doing.
Oh, but for sure. But
at the same time, I think it's cool that they're trying something new. But the problem is though that it's cool. Not sure how practical that is because you're going to be leaving your city, which is already crazy crime ridden.
Yeah.
Without a police force, and you're relying on other people to save you. Like, that seems weird. They haven't even talked about how they're going to disband it. Are they going to do it in waves or, like, stagger it out? Or are they just going to stop at this certain date? Like, I don't know. They haven't said. And it's like, you have some figuring out to do. And people are going to look at this and be like, oh, my God, they disbanded the police force. That's so good. But, like...
I don't know how good it is right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's weird. And the thing is like, I'm not from Minneapolis. I don't know what the police are like down there. So the people in Minneapolis are going to have much more qualified opinions on this than I do because I have no idea what the Minneapolis police are like.
I think that's very important for us to distinguish that we don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
But
so if we say shit,
we're
going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's
but I feel like if we don't talk about it, we're supporting unawareness.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got to talk about it.
Yeah. We're so bad at leaving. Outros.
Oh, yeah. Outros.
Outro. This is the outro.
But watch out next episode because we're going to have Tori Rude.
Yes.
Soon. Sometime.
Yes.
Maybe this
Either
weekend.
Tori or Logan.
Or Logan. Tori or Logan.
Tori or Logan. It's okay.
This has been Noah.
And this has been Geordie.
And this is the
Brothers Oxby.
Woo. Woo.